Got it. And
I got it there. Only got one, got it. Alrighty, y'all. Peace and love to you all. Soy hermano, brother, shiningly male. Soy hermano, shiningly male, right? You already know all is well. And I'm here with my bro. Wait. Before you even go to who you are, bro, hey, can you help me out real quick?
Indeed, bro.
What was that appellation, bro? What was that? What was that, John?
Braveheart, Braveheart.
We like to welcome you to another Intuition Monday.
Islam.
And I'm here with my bro, and he is...
Namaste. Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. Here in Morocco at northwest of Mexham. How are you? Welcome to Intuition Monday, right? We're doing a Geminian new moon. Let's get it. Doing my editing on the fly now, bro. Moving with the quickness.
And I start off.
Islam.
And Brother Hassan will be closing us out. 4 through 6 are closing us out. All right, this is the last new moon of the spring. Would you looky?
Wowzers, Weezers, and the Woozers. That is amazing.
Well, I think we're about to get right on into it.
Islam.
So you come here. Boom. All right, we got the new moon. We're starting out in the Sagittarius zone. All right, it's pretty cool in the Sagittarius zone. We got the Gemini ascendant. It's pretty cool. This is occurring June 18th, so that's about 6 days, 6 degrees from now. Right at old 500 hours, 37 minutes, 9 seconds. Occurring on a Sunday, and we are near Miliana, Algeria. We've got Sol and Luna in the first house. All right, conjunct Juno as well, right here, 27 degrees. So this is about to be a very home-changing thing. So I would say if one's looking to make some like new additions, right, to the home, or even have some kind of dual communication here, one can embrace that. And with Mercury ruling this chart, right, ruling the new moon and also ruling the chart, dominant in Gemini, right? And if I was to go look at sectional dignities, right, to come there, Mercury's at a +8. Wow. The strongest in the chart at 11 degrees in the 12th house. So a lot of behind the scenes occurring here. I would say for some new intentions for this new moon is to find new ways to communicate, or maybe release some information that one's suppressing or avoiding in that matter. And really get back to nature too, right? Getting back to nature, leaving the material things alone, right? And we just read too, instability of man last night. So I think beings are going to have a real reality check about some things. Like, wow. It's not in a negative way, but the world has become very wrapped up in materials. And Mercury is also making a sextile to Venus there. So, there's a growth opportunity to really see the beauty within one's heart, right? Within their higher heart chakra and their lower heart chakra. It's an opportunity to open up and express and just be open. Make way for the new to come in and go with the flow instead of fighting and resisting. With that, I yield the floor. Moving on back into the Scorpio zone. All right, we're in Scorpio zone. That's pretty cool. So I'm guessing that all the zones are going to be in the ascendant is going to be reflecting that. We'll see. We're 2 houses in, right? So it's a Sunday. We're at Conakry, Guinea, all right, occurring on the Sunday of the soul day. Right. And now we have, Sol and Luna here in the second house. All right, and we got another 27 degree, right? Ascendant for Venus, but with Sun and Moon being in the second house, yeah, there is a sense of change, or beings can really implement some strategies to start working out here. Maybe, like I said, switching up what they do on the daily. So if one just gets up and, I don't know, lays around, maybe one can get up and stretch, exercise, do some jumping jacks, just whatever type thing that changes up what you do normally on the daily to kind of add some stimulation or some excitement to one's dual, if they would call that dual daily routine. Right, and maybe a sense of connecting to more one's partner for those that are in matrimony, or AKA also known as married, right? Not really committed to that. With that semi-sextile going as a growth opportunity between how beings view themselves and how they view the world around them. With Venus being a chart ruler, and look at Mercury right there in the first, but Venus is in the third house and also ruling over the sixth. Yeah, so there's a sense of self-service coming, maybe, like I said, self-care, but this is more than once, like I said earlier in that first house about that, is, this is connecting to nature, taking walks, reading books, not spending energy or finance for things that are artificial. I think this new moon, beings, the collective, will have opportunity to see past the material and artificial and really get back to nature, back to connecting with themselves, into what really fuels them, what makes them connected to their heart space, or how are they feeling, blocked from their heart space from expressing love to themselves and others. So yeah, you can do all the spas, massages, trips, but if one's really not, connected to themselves and loving themselves, all that is just really worth nothing, honestly. So yeah, getting back to oneself and not the image one puts out. With that, I yield the floor. What y'all doing over there? All right. All right, and now we'll move into the Libra zone. We in the Libra zone. All right, so we are now near Trinidad, Uruguay. Still occurring on a Sunday. This is occurring very early, right? 100 hours, 37 minutes, or 1:37 anti-meridian, or AM, as some would like to say. And yeah, we have this occurring in the third house. Right? And Luna's joy there. It's interesting. 26. I'm trying to get that fly. It's funny. Yeah. So I'm sitting like, what are they looking? They just going, get it, get that fly. Get that fly.
Wow.
If y'all was cats, y'all probably have a whole lot easier chance. But yeah, just setting new intentions for possibly some home healing, right? Maybe some early childhood healing's gonna come part to play, or just setting a schedule or a journal, even writing a journal, just to start healing oneself from one's early childhood, whether it be the upbringing, whether it be the education, possibly then starting to look to plan or do more social activities of some sort. With Aries on the ascendant, we embracing leadership and it's being ruled by Mars. And Mars is ruling the 1st and the 8th. Mars is in the 5th here. So there's going to be a sense of new creativity or a sense of joy that could be approaching if one's willing to, once again, all this Leo energy tapping into one's heart space, letting that hate outside of their hearts. Because one is hateful of others, most likely they're hateful of themselves, right? And the 8th house, so yeah, finding the mystery to self. Find a mystery to self. And I have a fascination denial about what one's truly passionate about, or if what one was passionate about has played out its due course. So finding a new avenue to communicate and write. And even some beings going to start writing love letters again. Right. Getting back to the old ways of things. And with that, I yield the floor to my bro.
That was the Libra zone, right? So I know we're moving on then to the Virgo zone, right? Looky, Astro Cookie. Also, I want to let you guys know to go to 7healstar.com, sign up for our email list, check out the classes that we have there also. I may be changing some of the titlings, like as far as taking a year off of things, because the information that we have is timeless, so to speak, and what we're sharing there for the classes and workshops that we have on 7 Healstar that is ready for you to grab once you actually give and forward your eleemosynary tuition for said classes and workshops. And the only reason the dates are there as far as the year to let you guys know when it took place. However, there's timeless information that's there to make sure that you're very strong in what it is that you need to have as far as astrology is concerned. So with that being said, let me just share right here on Facebook also. Shout out to those that are always supporting us and checking out the things that we share, of course, right? So with that being said, let me put that there too. In the Virgo zone, guys, I take it that the new moon is happening within the 4th house. So Luna is having accidental dignity there. Of course, the sun would be by house, in the house 12 to which it is comfortable. So what we can see here, even as I and Brother Sean were going over some few things in our studies prior to hitting the live button, what we actually see here is that there's going to be some new beginning energy, of course, because this is dealing with the new moon. However, considering where Mercury is, even while it's in the 3rd having accidental dignity, however, the particular degree that it's at between 11 and 12 degrees, while Sun and Moon are between 26 and 27 degrees, all three actually in Gemini, we can see that this is more of a growing pain type of energy in the terms of beings being able to go to a new level, be promoted. However, one must move forward, therefore leaving behind some things that may weigh them down for the continuation and the newness pertaining to the journey that one is to take upon, to take for themselves and to, embrace, so to speak. So for this particular zone, Virgo zone, we already know this is all east, mostly like east coasting it a bit already, as well as some of the, middle pertaining to North America down to South America also. Cartagena, Colombia, right, is where we're choosing for this particular portion, but we already know when we get in certain zones, it is germane to the entire zone, the entire slice. Imagine taking the Earth and slicing it in 12 slices, so to speak, and looking at that respectively as far as the zodiac is concerned. So 17th June, 2023, that's Saturday for Cartagena. It's happening in about 2300 hours, 37 minutes and 9 seconds, or 11:37:09. And what we can actually see, even with Jupiter ruling the ascendant, how things are to absolutely play out a means for ones to really expand their values into a new journey. Maybe you may find yourself being someone who felt a little insecure about speaking, right? Maybe you were speaking to a crowd or speaking to your peers. Maybe you had to be on stage and do some speaking. What you have now is a new founded sense pertaining to self-estimation, because there's someone who has thoroughly found a way to be of service to your confidence. Alrighty, so you can actively get rid of the fascination and denial about yourself. So you may have this newfound sense of confidence due to others actually assisting you in tearing down the negative scope pertaining to one's self. And with that, I yield the floor. Moving on to the Leo zone. This will be taking place, obviously, in the 5th house now, with the sun having accidental dignity and Luna second to where it's most, second to where it would have accidental dignity. We can actually see the subconscious mind and the heart being able to creatively reflect, alrighty, value, so to speak, and it'll be an inner reflection, of course, where the emotion, that you may give off, those of you that are within the Leo zone, near the Lincoln Corporation, Nebraska State Republic. And this is happening this is also saying about 11:37:09 post meridian, 23:37:09. All right. And what you can really allow yourself to do is allow the delays pertaining to how you move forward and how you're driven. Allow that delay to be based on the fact you're looking to get your heart and mind on the same page. Being able to have your heart and mind on the same page will be thoroughly dependent on you being more outside of your head and being more focused on being practical with that which you would like to communicate to others, or whatever task at hand you need to take care of. And getting that task at hand complete will be solely based on you focusing on the skill set to get it done and less of the emotions felt while doing it. Therefore, making a sudden change, alrighty, a very awesome sudden change in how you go about receiving information and sharing information with others. And as a result, people will actually look for you to be the calm in the middle of a storm. And with that, I yield the floor. Moving on to the Cancer zone, Sun and Moon now will be in the 6th house for the Cancer zone. Still Mercury ruling, and now they're all in the 6th house. Mercury, Sun, and Moon. This is interesting because now not only is Mercury having the essential dignity of +8, like Brother Sean has said, however, now also it is having accidental dignity by being in the 6th house. It'll be very germane for those to make sure the services, maybe there's something essential that you would like to provide to beings worldwide. And it's not a robbing people of their birthright type service, that's what you get with corporations. This is one that will be and is considerate pertaining to the details that needs to be taken, into account. We're really thinking about people's health overall. And when it comes to the health and the infrastructure for that, I think people will be making sure that they're reflecting upon how to really be disciplined in that which they are eating, the different activities that they're taking on, and paying attention to their bone health. To be specific, people may recognize that when they change from eating a certain type of food, they don't have certain aches and pains in certain joints and bones. All right. So make a very valuable transformation for yourself that will be very fortunate for you to, absolutely have a means, right? Have a real means to pair with someone else who can probably be of some help, or you guys need to motivate each other. And what you'll find is this joint motivational energy will actually bring the inner child out in both of you, and you'll find a new love for your inner self, that inner child within. And this will help ones to also build their self-esteem. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, and whom I'm well pleased, for the Gemini zone, Taurus and Aries zone, brother Sean Alino. Islam.
Gemini. Let's see what we got Sol and Luna in the 7th house. And I'm gonna say this: get 3 Synastry stretchings from 7 Hill Star, and I bet you a year worth, a sun cycle's worth of astrology that will do more for you than your therapist would. I bet you. 3 sessions. 3 Synastry sessions or 3 mirrors, whichever or. And I bet you that we can do more for you. Pardon me. I mean, I'll say you because y'all are some United States debtors too, than that your therapist has done. I want you to challenge me. I want to say, you know what? He ain't wrong. He don't know. Oh yeah, come on. I challenge you. All right. Sol and Luna in the 7th. Occurring. It's, let's see, 1537. So just from this one, I'm seeing with this new moon is that couples, those who talking, however you like to portray that. For those that have won the matrimony, I think they'll be able to really start to have a new sense of conversation here. Like I said, couples therapy, you can get it at 7 Hill Star. Like I told you, we have everything that y'all need. So, and Mercury is in the 7th too. Wow. So yeah, there's opportunity to really start communicating spot on if one's open to that, right? Sagittarius ruling a chart, Jupiter's in the 6th. And it's also conjunct this own a lot of victory. So there's a sense of winning here, or overcoming, or success, as some would say. We're just being open to new things, trying out new things, right? It's insanity to keep trying things that haven't worked, to keep looking for a same result for something. So there's a sense of commitment to one's partnership or one's business endeavors, or just how they share the information with the world and those around them. So yeah, just watch out for the blindness one could be to their own thinking, to their own mind, and to those around them, if they're sincere, right? Because we know that some would try to lead others astray with their own mindset and projection. So becoming clear to one's higher self and not being blind to the truth and divine truth, because one doesn't want to see it, because it doesn't look or feel how they want or how they feel like it should look. So yeah, have that hope, and that hope will be realized. So moving on from belief into faith, and then watching the final stage, which is fruition, come to part. Yeah, Jupiter ruling over the 1st, 2nd, and the 5th of those interconjunct houses. So yeah, there's a sense of childlike healing and childlike expression, and also just a new sense of value when it comes to what material things they do have, appreciating that and showing gratitude, and also for their own mindset or just changing up their attitude, realizing that their attitude can have been the issue the whole time, how they view and how they go about things. So change up your attitude, be open to new ways of communicating, and not hiding things, right? Because I know and I feel that most problems that couples have, or most beings here on humanity, is communication. Times wanting to talk or be the bigger person, and not actually listening. So finding a balance between speaking and listening, and not listening just to not even hear what the other said, so that you can counter one little piece that they said you didn't like. All right, because sometimes the truth is stern and doesn't change. So yeah, expressing oneself and hearing others out. With that, I yield the floor. Headed on into the Taurus zone. So we're here at Newcon, Micronesia. In the Taurus zone, we have this occurring in the 8th house. Right. So yeah, even with this, now that Mercury's there in the 8th too. So there's a lot of sense of a lot of sense of communication. So couples could be looking to, work on something, like maybe they want to go into entrepreneur endeavor. I'm gonna say business for those that do act corporate, right? And for those that rather not be corporately owned, able to plan and work on an idea together, right? And that's beautiful. But this Venus and Mars, like, there's a sense of passion and beauty and drive just to do things that makes one happy. So with this Gemini new moon, beings could be looking to set ways to communicate or write or, speak on things that they no longer care for, and that what doesn't serve them, as all of humanity is looking to elevate or ascend to new levels. And yeah. So once again, looking back at the childhood and just looking at one's mind state and one's feelings about things, right? Maybe just looking within and, taking things personal less. Either or, just being open to communication, which is the most important. First of all, with oneself, and then outside of oneself. With that, I yield the floor. All right, my last one, in the Aries zone. All right, at Nibir, Indonesia. All right, we got the sun in his favorite house and the call upon invoke house. All right, so are you guys going to invoke? Look at that. And Sol and Luna's in a separating shrine. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful time for these guys here. And Libra rising as well, right? A new sense of beauty and communication. It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where like Squidward was painting and he had like the work done to his face and all that. He's like embracing beauty, right? But that's like embracing beauty without the additions, natural beauty, right? I won't speak against, those who get it, but, just embracing natural beauty. But, how everyone sees fit. With that, Mercury's still hanging out there in the 8th house. So, things that have been unseen are coming up. And you can't hide from it no more, right? Venus rolling a chart in the 10th. She's, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Venus, I wonder if this happens at every new moon, that the planets conjunct their own lots. I'm about to check into that.
Oh, well, yeah. Yes, that is absolutely true. For the most part, most of the Arabic parts, most of the planets do conjunct their lots. That's why you're going to always see like you see how Spirit and Fortune are together with the ascendant because Sun and Moon are together. Like, yeah, so pay attention. Like every new moon and full moon, definitely pay attention to that. That is definitely true.
Right.
So
yeah, because Spirit and Fortune are together during the new moon, and then they usually be conjunct the ascendant, the descendant, pardon me, on the full moon.
Yeah, and I think the only ones that aren't like following that being conjunct close to the planet might be Mars. Like, but you see how Eros is next to Venus, and I think it's actually necessity and courage. I think are the only two that's not there. Of course, Victory's next to Jupiter, right? And Oh, Nemesis isn't. Do you have Nemesis up? Because it's not next to Saturn either. So maybe it's the post. Oh no, it couldn't be post-Martian planets. But we see like Courage. Courage isn't
Let
next to
me
Mars.
add Necessity. And let me add Nemesis.
Yeah, and Courage.
Courage. All right, 1 second.
Yeah, because that
Courage,
would be
Cali dog. Stupid dog.
part of Courage, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's Mars's. That's Mars's Arabic part, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so Mars is not conjunct Courage.
Neither is Necessity. Necessity is in the 12th house. And Nemesis is in the 8th. Yeah. So that's the ones that I realize aren't there. But Jupiter and Victory are together. Eros and Venus are together. Right? So, which is interesting. Those, like the benefics are together.
Right.
Right? The benefics has their Arabic parts together with them. But yeah, it's very interesting to see, and it's all it's all based on the formulas, the Arabic parts formulas. Why it's actually like that. So, but yeah, as we can see, Necessity, Courage, and Nemesis are definitely three that aren't near each other. While Spirit and Fortune are conjunct the ascendant, while Sun and Moon are conjunct, and as you said. You've noticed that when Sun and Moon are in reflection to each other, termed opposition, we see Spirit and Fortune conjunct the descendant. Right? So we'll pay attention to that as these go on. So I guess we'll wait for that. Well, we already had a Sagittarius full moon, right? So the next
look
thing.
That real quick. Let's see, what's an Aries on? So let's come back to Sagittarius full moon.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like they'll still be. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think the full moon is going to take place in Cancer, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at that Sagittarius zone. And Spirit and Fortune are conjunct the descendant, but when I go to Cancer, okay, yeah, for the full moons they'll be conjunct the descendant.
So the next full moon is going. So we're going to have a Capricorn full moon before a Cancer new moon. Right, so the full moons are happening before the new moons. That's an interesting study there. Interesting. Do you have that? Can you show that real quick? Just like fast
Capricorn
forward.
full moon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Because we know it only takes 7 days, so it should be taking place at about 3 degrees Cancer, 2 or 3 degrees Cancer, 2 or 3 degrees Capricorn will be where the moon is.
Actually, looks like 11.
Really? Interessante. All right. 2023, that is. When was the new moon for that?
You looking for the Cancer new moon?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. I got that somewhere too.
Because that means the new moon is happening then possibly before. Because we know it only takes, let's see.
No, it's happened after 14. The 17th.
Got you. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was right. Yeah. The full moons are happening before the new moons. Looky, Astro Cookie. Amazing. And that's what, like a 10th lunar mansion type situation there? Okay. All right, we can go back to it, bro. You was in the Aries zone. For the Geminian new moon. Yeah, that's interesting to even look at.
All right, so yeah, just be open to like I said, higher learning, like really take one's learning serious, one's knowledge. 'Cause like I said, there's gonna come a time to where knowledge was once shamed will be praised once again, and that pendulum will never swing back to knowledge and wanting to read books and enjoy learning. That won't be shamed again. Yeah, they'd be like the shame would be like the Mad Max, right? And the praising of knowledge would be like the Jetsons type energy. Like it's changing. Things are shifting back to how it should be and how it always was. So keep on shaming those that love to read all you want. Who's gonna be the big dummy at the end of the day? Not I, not the one you're talking about. It's only showing your incompetence and that you lack the chance to study your own self. So ye is only making themselves only the fool. And like I said, Venus is conjunct her own parts at 11 degrees, 17 minutes. So and the 10th house. So it's opportunity like to set something up to do long term that one is passionate about. As crazy as it might sound, and that's being ruled over by Luna. So it's back to like I said, really looking deep within or being open to the ideas and the dreams that's coming in through one's intuition. And with that, I yield the floor to the bro.
This all righty, so we're here in the Pisces zone, right? Checking out that Pisces zone. Just still sharing a bit there. Okay, I know where I stuck off at, right? So words to use is next. All righty, so just sharing it on out, sharing this live on out to the different groups that have embraced us on Facebook. All righty, so we're here for the Geminian new moon, or new moon in Gemini. And its perspective from the Pisces zone taking place within the 10th house from Kando, China, right? With this taking place here, guys, we can really allow ourselves to be creatively secure in how we stand amongst our peers. This would be a moment in time where people that are altruistic and humanitarian in their local communities or with their immediate, spiritual communities, so to speak, considering that the sun and moon, sun is ruling the 12th, moon is ruling the 11th, and Mercury, even though in the 9th, right? Some will say that's accidental debilitation for Mercury, is ruling the ascendant along with the midheaven. All right. So this will be a means for us to probably have something published about ourselves, right? Those of us that are, working in literature, or maybe beings are finding some things that were previously published, finding some things that are helpful, right? Sincerely helpful. That is, some type of literature that will help to spread the word more about what it is that one actually does. So if you're someone who helps out your community, maybe you teach, maybe you help to get food and or clothing for those that do not have, nourishment or raiment, you'll be able to really it's not even a self-promotion thing. You will be able to notice that there will be a buildup of energies where people will be seeking you out, and you're going to think to yourself, like, how did this happen? Where did this come from? That's because by you allowing yourself to be isolated to focus on your craft, there are beings within your local community that notice what it is that you do. And your local community could be, like I said, your spiritual community also, because that's a localized practice pertaining to specific beings pertaining to that specific exercise as far as this art of breathing, spirituality is concerned. And what will happen here, you'll recognize that there will be beings that will come along that will seek your wisdom, and you'll be able to impart in a very fortunate fashion for them the details necessary for them to allow themselves to securely have shared with them, and for them to securely share with you that which they probably kept hidden some things since their childhood. And this, for me, a keyword would be closure. So a lot of people will experience closure here, all right? Dealing with this particular energy for the Pisces zone near Kamdo, China. With that, I yield the floor as we move forward to the Aquarius zone. Interestingly, moving to the Aquarius zone, this will take place in the 11th house. Look at that. Looky, Astro Cookie. Mercury now in the 10th, ruling the 11th, Moon ruling the 12th, and the Sun ruling the ascendant. Share with your brothers and sisters that which will allow their, hearts and subconscious mind to be able to really see what is necessary to bring center stage when it comes to seeing where they are exactly in the present by analyzing their past and considering where they would like to go as far as their goals for the dimensions to manifest that we term the future. Make sure what is absolutely communicated is the sudden changes needed in order for them to reach the goal that they seek to attain. Also, with that being said, make sure you give rise to them being able to see the value in themselves. So if you're the one who is to communicate this to someone, communicate the value to really share with them a sight from others that they may have not seen for themselves, then share it in a way where they'll be able to bring out more and bring out further a self-love, so that they'll be able to shine in how they can be driven to bring forth that which they've only kind of imagined. Maybe it's like an artist and all they really ever seen was just themselves painting for themselves. But this may be, the means for them to actually exhibit their work in some sort of gallery. And with that, I yield the floor as we move on to the Capricorn zone. And this is the final zone because Brother Sean started out in the Sagittarius zone. I will be concluding with the Capricorn zone. This is near Sofia, Bulgaria, right? Bulgaria, right? Or some people say Bulgaria, right? So for the 18th June 2023 at about 0700 hours, 37 minutes and 9 seconds, or 7:37:09 a.m. meridian. What we can actually see here, with this taking place in the 12th house, this is right after a sunrise and moonrise, right? Moon's ruling the first. So I really see here, and it's very, very interesting how in the first house, the only thing is the part of spirit in the first house. All right. Very, very interesting to, actually, you know what? That's kind of showing, okay, that's the ascendant. That's the ascendant, right? So part of spirit and fortune are there. This is what I will say. Here is where, if those of you that are near the Capricorn zone, there's some type of promotion that you've been working hard to get. You might have been denied it twice before. 3 is a charm. And I think I see this being very beneficial for you and allowing you to have that exactly what it is that you need. Very interestingly, as I analyze this, there's nothing technically in the first house, to be completely honest with you, because the second house where the sun is ruling, it's at 8 degrees, 8 minutes Leo, and everything in Leo is after that. And nothing's after 19 degrees, 8 minutes Cancer. So with that being said, there's nothing else for self to do but to be recognized for the work that's been created or completed already. There will be some transformation in how you relate to others. There may be some transformative contract that you will have to embrace, those of you near the Capricorn zone. With that being said, make sure that you are communicating also to your loved one. If it comes up that you may have to do a short travel as far as changing where you live to shorten the commute instead of enduring a 2 to 3 hour commute from where you guys had probably just currently moved under 6 months ago. You are now speaking about moving again 2 or 3 hours away from you where you just have, so that you can allow yourself to, handle your work as far as getting on site, in a short amount of time. However, for those of you that may be online with this type of energy, right? With that being said, what you can really allow yourself to do is maybe remodel your office so that you can take on this new promotion energy. Right now that you have been promoted, you can now remodel the office so it will encourage you in getting the job done. The psychologics pertaining to you actually feeling good about the work that you do will be solely dependent on the environment that you are doing it within. So allow your environment to reflect the goals that you seek to attain to. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, Sean Elaine L. And we can check the chat here. All right. Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. Guys, don't forget to make sure you get your mental magician reports from Brother Sean Elaine L, as well as get your, and we all do reports, just to be honest with you. Get your reports as well as get your Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions, as we all do also. Brother Sean, Brother Corey, and Brother Terrell. All right. And you will not be disappointed with, studying yourself. These things are, we take ourselves seriously, right? Because we comprehend after, meeting Prophet Noble Drawley in his literature, and Charles Mosley Bay in his literature. We really see the importance that's necessary, because a lot of people have neighborhoods and lives that they could see as ghetto growing up in the hood, right? Me, myself, personally, that's really most of, if not all of my childhood, was definitely the hood. One that was predominantly unconscious Moors, and another that was predominantly Black people. When I say Black people, I mean the pale skin, because I know that the word Black denotes pale. People that have copper toned skin, such as myself, could never be Black. And I know you're thinking, well, you got one of Black feds. Well, they both denote pale, right? And, no disrespect to anyone that may be a pale skinned son or daughter. However, even when you watch the bodies decompose, an unconscious Moor that decomposes, or a Moor that decomposes, flesh turns white. And a pale skin, as it decomposes, skin turns to what we identify as Black. So I'm just putting some things in there for you guys to kind of grasp as far as concepts are concerned. However, I really think it would be wise for beings to better their neighborhoods through self-reflection. When you really can reflect on who you are based on your astrology, you can do less and less work pertaining to being a product of your environment. I think we wouldn't have hoods and ghettos, provided people actually were knowing who they are and being self-reflective. By not being self-reflective, many beings seek to make other people rich by working for other people. And then they call themselves being grown and taking care of themselves and the family. And it's nothing wrong with doing that when one is knowingly not selling themselves, like being able to, you know, be a part of the jurisprudence gym and maybe ask Malika, hey, can you go over how your sons didn't have to use a social security number and have taxes and FICA and things taken out, right? So that you can get all that you're exchanging your time and energy for while punching the clock. I think that it would do us better, you know, to seek being these things than to, you know, just want to have a good time and have fun. I think you would have a much better time and have way more fun. You actually know yourself. You know, when you knowing yourself and you knowing what needs to be read and said or typed in a letter so that you can have the outcome that is necessary for you, I think that gives more joy by way of exercising or exerting reason and being prudent so that you can have consistent resolution in your life without heartache and pain. All right. Brother 7 Judah Bilal says, Islam in the chat. Jin V. JLV says, peace and greetings, everyone. Indeed. Brother Derek Blash Bay and Mother Janelle Blash L say Islam. Brother Jadon L says Islam. Folks, Islam to you all. Jin V says, second occurrence of threes a charm today. Indeed. Indeed. Jin V also says Epiphany came to her a few strongs ago. You know, instead of we saying weeks, we say strong ago when you spoke of daughters of Albion. Well, yeah, like daughters of the American Revolution, right? Or when we talk about our Albion sons and daughters, like, and again, we're not being rude or mean. We've studied to the point where we recognize what would it benefit us to just keep speaking to a people that we know don't know what we know. However, when speaking to them, do we now within ourselves go, well, you know, let's just lie to them? I know some people could say, well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Well, at the end of the day, I know that these people, you know, just have been the information has been mispresented to them and has allowed them to be socially engineered in a very unfair manner. While some will say, well, it's fair because they never, you know, they never said, oh, I don't want to learn this or I want to change my mind, like you brothers are saying. I mean, at the end of the day, like, do I still, you know, I know I don't eat pork. Does that mean I can still run a restaurant that serves pork though? Hey, I don't eat pork and I know it's not healthy for people to eat it. So, however, though, since I need to get to the bag, what I'm going to do in order to get to the bag, I'm just going to make sure that I still just sell, you know, ham and cheese sandwiches to people that don't know what I know. It's not my fault they don't know what it's not my fault they don't know what I know, but I'm gonna still get to the bag and encroach upon their life's energy by selling them ham sandwiches. So that's why I think I said all of that to say, this is why you need your mental magician report and your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions. I think it would be wise to get them, you know, scheduled back to back, honestly. Alrighty, and we get it. It's about 306 units to get both of them. Alrighty, that's fine. Because what we're actually worth per hour is $3.30 per hour to do any work astrologically. So what we've done is found a way to, know within our own hearts and mind, know within our own sun and moon, and bring them together in a way where we know that we are allowing ourselves to be fair to the people, even if they don't know that we're being fair to them. While at the same time, we're worthy of our higher, because we're serving our loved ones on the planet, even if they don't see it as such. It's about what our intention is, not what the reception is pertaining to the people. We know what we're intending to share. However, at the same time, we're not going to injure ourselves. We're not going to be wise men that injure ourselves for fools. So we offer you a meal. You don't eat it. I'm not going to force you to eat it. Just when you say you're hungry, we're not going to continue to offer you food, because you should already know where to get your meal from. Just don't come empty-handed. Period. Brother Sean, anything you'd like to add before I go downstairs and fix this chalet?
Man, you pretty much nailed that, but I said earlier, it's like, for anybody that knows folks that are in therapy, whether they're singles, couples, married, tell them to come to Seven Hill Star and get their Synastry and their AstroLiteracy sessions. And I bet you just in 3 sessions, we can clear up a lot. Family too. I mean, like I said, we have techniques for everything. We just do what we do every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because we know we have a lot of copycats trying to copy us and get what they can. Not for real, bro. You like, oh, they said this. Oh,
they didn't even
go
have the ideas. They didn't even have the ideas till we started sharing things, and that's how I know, bro. We're that. Go ahead, I yield, bro.
Like, man, watch this, and you know how we talked about how the major like astrological societies are trying to combine, but it's like, we're just a little Seven Hill Star, but we're nationally and internationally certified, and recognized.
Correct.
So it's beautiful. So anybody, send them this way. Like I said, we, don't advertise it, but we're, like I said, more than ready, and we can show you. Like I said, between the astrology and the Reiki, and like I said, don't take this as throwing shade on like any therapist. They do a good job, but without the astrology, they're lacking the substance, the principle of what's really going on. Now, they still do good work, but there is more that can be done on a deeper part. And like I said, we have everything from astrology. We also have the medical astrology and, other things that we have studied and worked on, and things that we have also tried and affected. And we're just waiting, it's kind of like, you like the best hooper ever, right? You just on the sideline. He like, well, they picked me today. I'm gonna show out. And somebody pick it. And like, yo, everybody done looked over you this whole time and you hoop like that. And it's like, yeah, man, but I ain't been no worry. I've been, shooting the J, whenever that time comes. That's kind of, we're the standstill that we are, because we pour our hearts out every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to give you what you need. And ye need, right? For the yous and yees, right? This is for the yous and the yees. This is, like I said, we're passionate about this. We do it because we know, like, we have that foresight, that vision of what it takes, what it needs, and how things are and where they're going to go. And it was funny. I was thinking about making a video today. It was like, I'm not about to niche myself and, belittle myself, to try to reach folks. That's like climbing to the top of the mountain, like, oh, snap, they need me down there, but they don't want to climb. So let me come back up and no, I'm going to stay up here because, we do it for the laughs. We get a joke out of it, but we're very serious because we know that this is a serious thing. And we know that there are a lot of astro enthusiasts out there that do it for a bag or they do it for a hustle, but they're not really doing it to truly help. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to make a bag, get some clout, get some attention, but they're not really in the principle of it and the root of it.
Correct.
So that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Because astrology and civics can't be separated, just like the church and state can't be separated. So that's why we do 2 days of astrology, 2 days of civics, to help you, help you all as we help ourselves. We are doing things every day to improve ourselves and not let ourselves be inconstant or unstable when it comes to things. So yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. So I have to say that, yeah, for those therapists out there, send someone. I'm telling you. And if I'm wrong, like I said, I will give ye a free sun cycle, a free year of astrology and Reiki. But I'm sure that in 3 sessions, we can do what folks have been needing a lifetime for, but hasn't seen. So with that, I yield.
Islam. Well, with that being said, guys, again, go to 7healstar.com and make sure you sign up for our email list and, sign up for a class. However, we always say the first 2 paramount, the things that are paramount to get first, if you need it, and most do, is the Mirror AstroLiteracy session and the Mental Magician report. All right. So
remember, it's
don't
handwritten
beat yourself. Say that again.
I was saying, yeah, the Mental Magician is handwritten. So I mean, no report that I will do or have done will be the same. It's not, you enter your what was that you was talking about? You enter your telling information, time, elevation, location,
time, elevation, longitude, and latitude.
Latitude, yeah. Because I'm taking information and I'm going off what I see and just what I feel. So it's not going to be an auto-generated report that you get just like that. I take the time to put it together to give you what they need. And yeah, it could be a lot. We could charge a whole lot more, but we make it fair while at the same time not, stabbing ourselves in the foot.
Correct. Yeah, because if it's a report that we're saying we're offering, it's going to be handwritten, unless otherwise told like, hey, this is what's been generated, for you guys, because this is something that we're utilizing from our colleagues for you. You'll always get full disclosure. However, when we're saying we're offering report straight up, yeah, it's going to be handwritten from our own studies, sitting down with books and PDFs of things that we have in our libraries to make sure that we're actually being specific to your chart. And it actually gets way more detailed when we do it than, anything that's generated, so to speak. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's how that goes, to be very honest with you,
Right.
However, when people do ask for generated reports, we offer that. However, we know what's most important, as I said prior. All right. I yield, bro.
Yeah, definitely. We don't, not against generated reports, it's great, but it's not really hitting it's only hitting surface level. It's not really getting to your soul, to your spirit. I said, if we do say generated, it'll probably be something that we give as an extra, because we always give extra whenever ye gets a service. So that might just be some extra we throw on the side for you on top of something else we decide to give you, just so that you can have a generated side and you can see the difference between when we write and when we generate something from one of our colleagues. So that's all that's for. Yeah, I think I've got enough off of my soapbox. Right? But it just needed to be said, Joe. Like, it just needed to be said, because I think folks try to take us as a joke, but we're very serious and passionate about it. And we just know that folks don't have the information we have, or have the insight on how we do things, and they've been trapped in this hypnosis. So we are like we are their cognitive dissonance ass whoopers. We're coming to knock you out of that. Even though you don't want to help yourself, we know what you need. It's like, Bro was talking about earlier, you know, how we give you a meal, but one don't want to eat, but then they complain they hungry. Think about what your mom used to say, right? Oh, you ain't gonna eat this food. Don't be talking about you hungry later. Same exact thing. You be like, oh, mom, I'm hungry. Oh, you remember you want to eat that food earlier? You're like, yeah, same thing. So on that note, thank you all. We love you all.
Indeed.
Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Oh.
Yeah, Jim V says, gratitude, Brother Sean and Hassan. In right time, it will happen. Brother Tyrell says, Islam. Brother Dark Black Space says, thank you. He says, thank you for breaking it down like that. And Jadon says, thank you also. Brother Sean, ready for your outro, bro? Let us know.
Yep. Y'all enjoy the rest of your moon day. For everybody that's part of the Jurisprudence Gym, we'll see you tomorrow for Malika's class for Bible study. And then you can, you know, if you didn't watch last night's presentation, go watch that. And you can look forward to the weather report Wednesday. Mo Sahar, if Brother Jag's with us, we already know we got to team up against him for the 6th house. So I need y'all's Jag have 6th house energy. So yeah, shout out to you all, love you all. You know, peace and love. And 7 Hill Star, we out. Peace and love. Peace and love. Slime bro, peace.